is soon Halloween, so I wanted to make a Halloween special tonight. I went shopping for Halloween decorations today with my kids, and yeah, this skeleton is one of the things that we brought home. Fortunately, you can turn it off because it's really loud in real life. We also bought this fake blood that's sticky and that you can attach to the window. So this came in a pack that said, "Get out," that we have stuck on the window of our front door. Just wanted to see if it makes any nice sticky sounds. There were so many things to buy. So Halloween is becoming a thing here in Sweden. When I was growing up, I went to a bilingual school, so English and Swedish. So I actually did celebrate Halloween as a kid. But I'm not sure if it was so common in other schools. I don't think I ever went trick-or-treating as a kid. But we had costumes at school then. This is the first time we buy Halloween decorations. We've always just made our own out of paper. But this year my kids wanted to get like real scary items. We tried to look for a scary movie to watch this evening, but it was kind of hard finding a movie that wasn't too scary for the kids. We started watching Ghostbusters, the one from 2016, but I found it to be too violent for my kids. My youngest is 5. I'm easily scared. I can't watch scary movies or series, or like thrillers or anything. I'm just very, very sensitive, and I always have been. some not. Like, I had this one relative that I dreamt of twice, and in the dream, I was very aware that this person is, no longer with us. And I was at a dinner table, and this person chose to sit next to me, and I was just like, no, what is this person doing here? Like, this is not right. This is so freaky. Like, please go away. And I had like 2 of those dreams with this same relative. But in the third dream, the third time I dreamt about this person, they appeared like also in the distance, almost like a projection or a, I can't remember what it's called, but when they brought Tupac back at Coachella, it was like one of those 3D projections. This person was very far away from me, and in the dream I also had this moment where I was like, they're here with us all the time, but yeah, there's still this distance between us, so like I don't have to be afraid. And yeah, in the dream I had this, it was actually a very big realization that I couldn't remember when I woke up, but it had something to do with life and death, and how, life continues on. My experience is that the spirits of loved ones just want to send us love and light. Some are here to guide us, to help us awaken, actually, because this one relative that appeared to me in my dream 3 times, they really helped me on my spiritual journey. It really awakened my curiosity. My scariest encounter with a spirit, I think I've already talked about it here on my channel, but it was my first sleep paralysis, where I feel like I wake up and I can't move my body. It's the middle of the night, and I feel and see an entity sitting beside my bed, and it's stroking me on my cheek, I think it was, and has these like really, really long fingers. It's like a dark figure, but in the moment I felt safe. I felt like this creature doesn't want to hurt me or can't hurt me, but I couldn't make it go away. And I also have to say that this all lasted only for a couple of seconds probably, but in the sleep paralysis I tried to scream for help, but I couldn't move, but somehow I managed to get out of the paralysis and fall back into normal sleep. But I was so freaked out for a long time after that. I had a hard time meditating, and I actually ended up seeing a shaman after that. It was just so scary, and I ended up reading about sleep paralysis and lucid dreaming. So it was actually that sleep paralysis that opened up the world of lucid dreaming for me. So although it was scary at the time, I'm so grateful that it happened, because I've had amazing lucid dreams, and I also believe astral projections, because from sleep paralysis you can enter a lucid dream. So that's how I've been able to enter some lucid dreams. Not all sleep paralysis have to have these want to get out of sleep paralysis, you just try to wiggle your toes. And it's important that you practice this in your bed while you're awake so that you kind of train your mind to do it even when you're sleeping. So before I started lucid dreaming and I had, I think, 2 more sleep paralysis, I just, wiggled my toe, my big toe or my toes, to get out of that state, and it woke me up, thankfully. So it feels safe now. If I get into this state of sleep paralysis, or when I'm half asleep, half awake, and I can't move my body, I know how to wake myself up. So, I really hope that I have not scared you too much. I am okay, even though I feel like I've had some kind of like scary encounters, and yeah, maybe feel free to share in the comments if you